If you're thinking about moving to Suffolk County in 2026, watch this first. My name is Steven Rivera of Team Rivera at Keller Williams Points North, and I'm pumped to be here with you guys. This is the first episode of our Rivera Report, and I'm here to share local knowledge, local market expertise, and quite frankly, just some of the experience that I've had over the past decade in real estate. Let's jump off here with some of the pros of living here in Suffolk County. Number one of my favorites is that you get more space for your money here in Suffolk County than you do elsewhere in Nassau County, and then of course New York City and the boroughs. So for me personally, I live here in Suffolk County. I wanted a little bit more space, a little bit more land for me to spread my wings. I'm a dog guy, right? So I got 2 boxers at home, super energetic dogs that need a little bit more space to run. So Suffolk County was it for us. We were able to find a lot more space, a lot more bang for your buck, if you will, here in Suffolk County. So I would say that's probably number one for me. Secondly, super highly sought after school districts here in Suffolk County, which for families is a very important aspect and something that they're focusing on. So definitely highly sought after school districts out here in Suffolk County. Thirdly is tight-knit communities. I live here in St. James, which is also where we have our studio, which is where I'm sitting as we speak, in St. James, New York, which is, I would say, somewhere in the middle of Suffolk County. Somewhere right in the middle of Suffolk County. And ultimately, St. James is an amazing place to grow your community and to be a part of something that is bigger than yourself. For me, I'm friendly with all my neighbors, and we actually have a group chat, and it's a neighborhood watch. Like all the gentlemen on my block have what's called the neighborhood watch, and it's just a great way to stay connected with people, stay in the know with what's going on in the town, and just have a place to feel as if you're at home. So that's really important for me and my family. Another pro here is the beaches. The beaches, the ability to be waterfront and have water access within quite frankly, anywhere you're on Long Island is like a 15 to 20 minute drive. For us personally here in the St. James North Shore area, we're a 5 to 10 minute drive to any of your public beaches and private beaches, town beaches. So it's just easy access, which I think is something that is very important, especially for a lot of people who want to be coastal, is just the access to the beaches in the spring, summer months, and even the winter months. Have some good buddies of mine. They do cold plunges in the colder months, and it's an easy drive right on down to the beach. Another thing that I feel as if is a really important aspect, and some may disagree here, is the 4 seasons. We have a beautiful balance of 4 seasons here in Suffolk County and Long Island in particular. And we have the ability to be out on the beach in July, and a few months later you're out on the North Fork or the South Fork of Long Island, and which is further east in Suffolk County, and you have the ability to be at the vineyards within a drop of a hat. So for me and my family, and for a lot of our clients, that's super important, is to have that array of the difference in seasons. I mean, this winter, might have been a little bit too much. It's time for winter to go to sleep. But and I think a lot of Long Islanders are missing the summer, but it is right around the corner. I promise. And another thing is the a little bit of a slower pace out here, right? So if you're someone who loves the fast pace and loves to be in the hustle bustle throughout the week, be my guest. Get on down to get on out to New York City. But then when you're out here, you get a little more privacy. You have a little bit more room to spread your wings and to create a little bit more of a buffer from that weekly craze. So for me and myself, I do enjoy a little bit more of that privacy, especially on the weekends where when you want to spend a little bit more quiet time with the family and be able to tend to your chickens in the backyard, be able to potentially get on your get on your horse paddock and watch your horses graze, which I think is something that we've learned to really love out here in Suffolk County, is just having the ability to have a little bit more farmland, a little bit more room to again spread your wings, and of course property value. Property values are stronger than ever here in Suffolk County, and we tend to be a little bit more of an insulated market here in both Nassau and, of course, Suffolk County here as well. And the property values have steadily been continuing to increase over the years. And I have some stats here for you guys. And see what we got here. 8%, right, is what the percentage of home values rose in 2025. So 2025, we saw here specifically in Suffolk County, we've seen home values rise 8% in 2025, which is well above your average here within our country. So that's well above that's well above the domestic average here here in Suffolk County, which I think is pretty darn cool. Let's get on to some of the cons. Okay, everybody loves the pros, but we are also real here. So let's talk about some of the cons about living here in Suffolk County. And I would say one of the highest and most known cons to be living here in Suffolk County is our property taxes. We are some of the highest property taxes in the country, with our median property tax being somewhere between $9,000 and $10,000 a year. Specifically, the number being at $9,472 is our median property tax here on Long Island. So we're the top 12 in the country, top 12 counties in the country in terms of our property taxes. So that's definitely number one. Secondly, is definitely car dependency. If you live on Long Island, you know that you need a car. Here living on Long Island. So aside from being able to take the LIRR from here out to Montauk and then also to New York City, which is quite the luxury. But in terms of most other things throughout the island, shopping, whether that's be groceries, malls, the whole nine, I'd say you definitely want to have a vehicle and a means of transportation being a car here on Long Island, especially in Suffolk County. Thirdly, right, cost of living. Cost of living, let's get real, cost of living is rising, and the cost of living here in Suffolk County is definitely not one of your lowest. So be prepared for a cost of living being on the higher side here in Suffolk County, Long Island. Winters. Another one is our winters. Past few years haven't been too bad, but this winter has been a little bit tougher on most, and all my fellow Long Islanders, and even my people in New York City can attest to that, is winter's been a little bit rougher this year. But that also means that spring and summer are going to hit differently this year. So I'm excited for spring and ultimately summer to be here, because there is nothing like a Long Island summer. I don't care what anybody says. There are no summers that are created equally. And in Suffolk County, Long Island, woof, hits different. I'll tell you that. Job market. Let's talk about the job market here in Suffolk County. So there is a lot of hospitality. There's a lot of jobs, especially in the summer months out east. However, if you're looking for a super strong job market, you're probably heading west to New York City. So we have a lot of people who do the commute from Suffolk County into the city. Hence the LIRR. Most towns do have an LIRR stop, and if not, you do have one that is quite close to you. But if you are someone that commutes every single day, you definitely want to know what that looks like for you logistically heading into the city every single day. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. And then, of course, traffic, right? There is nothing like a bumper to bumper traffic on the LIE. So either carpool and take advantage of the HOV lane, or take mass transportation if you can, or just have a little bit of patience. Or I guess you could just get a Tesla and just put it in self-driving mode. That should probably take care of most of your problems there too. But real talk, like, Suffolk County is an amazing place for families, amazing place to raise your children, which I do myself, and I'm looking forward to raising my children here in Suffolk County over the years and being able to hang my hat in a home and a county and a town that means a lot to my family. And we look forward to giving back to our communities because it's just such a special place here on Long Island, and especially here in Suffolk County. So I'm looking forward to growing a family here. Remote workers, right? Suffolk County is perfect for remote workers because you could sit your behind on a lounge chair by your pool while you're working over the summer. You could head out to the wineries. You could work from a lot of different cafes here, a lot of different places where you can truly like change up your scenery and change your vibe on a daily basis. Of course, you have the ability. A lot of homes on Long Island do have flex rooms, places where you can kind of, you can work from home, create an office for yourself, little bonus areas. But you could also just head to any of your local cafes. Shout out, there's a bunch of places here in St. James specifically where you can kind of go and just go work for the day. So a lot of those places. Nightlife is definitely, there's definitely a lot of places where you can create a lot of dining experiences here on Long Island. So I would say we are one of the epicenters of the world, and especially New York is food. Some of the best damn Italian food, some of the best bagels you could ever imagine. Some of the, what am I forgetting? Some of the best just overall dining experiences, which I've had the pleasure of eating at steakhouses, you name it, you could find it here. So that's definitely something that I know my parents and in-laws, they miss when they're out of town. So when they come back, like, that's one of the biggest things that they miss is the food and the people. What else we got here? I would say, like, if you don't like to commute and you work in the city, probably not a place for you to live. So take that into an account when you are thinking about moving to Suffolk County, because I would say the average trip from door to door is probably somewhere in the ballpark of an hour to an hour and 20 minutes here in Suffolk County. I would say that's about average from the train station out here in the LIRR to Penn Station or Grand Central, which is where most of my New York City people are taking a train to these days. And my personal take, like, what I actually tell most of my clients is like, what do you truly want in a place to hang your hat? Is it privacy? Is it a safe haven? Is it, are you focused on school district for your family? Is it, you know, is it something about nightlife? Is it food? Is it walkability? Is it commute to work? Right? Really find what is most important to you and your family, and that's going to give you a much better feel for the proximity to you needing to be closest to the city or furthest from the city or maybe somewhere in between. So I think that's really where, you know, you really need to understand what's best for you and your family and what you need most, and then kind of work backwards from there. And that's what we advise, you know, most of our clients, is to truly understand what's best for you, what you guys need, and then we're able to advise accordingly as to these are the pockets where most of this is going to be, most of your needs are going to be met. And I think that's number one, is just going deep into your wants, needs, and non-negotiables. And I I would say that the number one thing for me and my family has been, again, privacy, land, the ability to head to some of your best restaurants within 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Like, I could pretty much get whatever I want food wise within 30 minutes. And for me, I would consider myself somewhat of a foodie, and I love foodie. I mean, I love food. I love great drinks, and the ability to pretty much have the best of both of those worlds here in Suffolk County exists in pretty much every town. So definitely something to keep in mind. And if you're thinking about making a move, let's talk, right? Because I think ultimately there's a lot of misconceptions. There's a lot of things that maybe people aren't aware of here in Suffolk County. So if you're looking to make a move to Suffolk County, let's link, let's connect. Contact info should be in the bio, should also be in the description below. And look out for the next few episodes. Episode 2, we're gonna go through the true cost of living in Suffolk County. So everything from, you know, your property tax all the way through your, you know, your cost of groceries. So cost of living in Suffolk County, the numbers might surprise you. So tune in next week. Excited to hang with you guys again next week, and looking forward to continue this Rivera report. Let's go.